Rico, man.
And this guy literally is the king of that sport. He's been unbeaten for like 12 years. So he almost has this aura of, I'm the king. And then in walked Oleksandr Usyk, and he just has this, I don't know, man. Usyk's got a presence about him. Oh my God, there was one bit in there, yeah, where I said to Rico, tell me why you think you can beat that man. So I'm like, don't tell me, sorry, I said, no, tell Usyk why you think you can beat him. And Rico just kind of stares at Usyk, and he goes down right through Usyk's eyes, like literally looking at Usyk, and says, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and Usyk just says,
Rico is very game. He's not no punk. So I'm going to throw up one in the air and say Rico, man. I came up on the kickboxing scene with Rico Verhoeven, you know, Glory and K1. Phenomenal fighter in his respectable sport. If you want to go by the statistics, yes, the fight's favorite Usyk, yes, Usyk's supposed to win, all that, yes, we can say that, but I'm going with my boy.
World right now, if this was someone else, I would maybe be more interested, but to your point, Robert, you know, Usyk is the best around. He's beaten everybody twice. You know, there are young challengers out there for him to be defending his titles. To take this fight, which really seems like a spectacle and a money grab, is a little upsetting, you know, coming from Usyk.
It's an unbelievable spectacle, and the ring keep providing us with these crazy spectacles and crazy events. It's the location for this one that's just, I can't get my head around it. It'll be the experience of a lifetime. You break it down, and when it comes to the fight, Rico Verhoeven is a problem. He's a problem, and we don't actually know much about him from a boxing perspective, but we know nothing really. He's had one bout, and you cannot take anything from that at all. His kickboxing experience tells you an awful lot.
Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent photos? He put some photos on Instagram of him training, and, you know, he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscle.
If this was a kickboxing match, I'm trying to tell you, Alexander's in an awful lot of trouble. Do not take a kick off him. Thankfully for Oleksandr Usyk, this is a boxing match. And I think once them first 3 or 4 rounds pass, and that awkwardness and stance and style Oleksandr Usyk figures out, I think Rico could be in for a hard night's work.
I mean, someone's saying it could change boxing forever if he wins, Rico. How does Rico go about trying to solve that puzzle of Usyk?
It'd be the greatest shock boxing's ever seen. If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history.
Yeah, for me it was like, why not accept the challenge? It is, like you said, he's considered arguably like one of the best boxers to ever do it. So what an honor and what an opportunity I have. I've conquered everything within the sport of kickboxing, and now getting the opportunity to do it within the sport of boxing, I love it. Like, never get comfortable.
Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent photos? He put some photos on Instagram of him training, and, you know, he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscled out.
Oleksandr Usyk steps in and will take on one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. I'm actually quite a big kickboxing fan, so I know quite a lot about him. I've watched a few of his fights over the years. They used to call him the Prince of Kickboxing, and then he elevated to the King of Kickboxing. I mean, he's a very good kickboxer who's got decent hands. I can't lie to you. It's funny, yeah?
Teach boxing a lesson about playing with his food. It would. And Francis Ngannou was this close to doing it, but boxing still hasn't. They need to be buried, and I mean in humiliating fashion, so that they learn their lesson about doing these kind of events. Because one, you're setting your product up to have this big showing, like, look at how much better we are at boxing than everyone that doesn't.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Oleksandr Usyk. This is Oleksandr Usyk picking money over legacy.
Not a fight I am a massive fan of, and now that I'm free, now that I can kind of, be more open about my opinions on this fight, I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, coming in to fight an all-time great in the boxing space in his sport. We saw it with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. The only difference there was I think more fans of Francis Ngannou, more of a what-if factor because of his punching power and because Fury was 550 pounds in that fight. Accurate, not even exaggerating. We got a masterpiece in terms of what Francis did to the current heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this is a little different because Oleksandr Usyk is a massively different operator than Tyson Fury. He is a far better technical boxer than anyone at heavyweight, and he isn't really susceptible to one-punch KO power the same way Fury is when he comes in out of shape and blubbery. Now, is there the off chance that Rico catches Oleksandr Usyk? Yeah, sure. I understand. It's a fight. Anything can happen. But why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that really...
Sure. And Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would be like the cherry on the cake.
I understand that he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some... Not to say I don't actually know much about Verhoeven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent caliber of a professional boxer. But if it's not, then fine. Look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top elites.
But I'm not interested in. I like Rico Verhoeven, sparred him, know him, nice fella, very good kickboxer, one of the best of all time, but he's not a boxer. If he wants to fight,
Can he box?
yeah, he can box. He's a very good boxer, but he shouldn't be boxing the best heavyweight in the world. If he wants to do it as an exhibition, go and do it. I'm not interested in Usyk Verhoeven just for the.
So Rico wanted the fight. Usyk wanted it. They said both ultimate fighting men, aren't they? So fights like this are not going to be hard to make.
Yeah, for me, it was like, why not accept the challenge? It is, like you said, he's considered arguably like one of the best boxers to ever do it. So what an honor and what an opportunity I have. I've conquered everything within the sport of kickboxing, and now getting the opportunity to do it within the sport of boxing, I love it. Like, never get comfortable.
Right, even though Usyk's 39, I feel like he's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any slippage at all. I feel like and if you see the photos, it looks like Usyk put on a lot of muscle. I mean, this guy looks like a tank right now.
It's true.
Rico don't got a shot.
No shot. Front, man. He ain't got no shot. It's ridiculous.
But what do you think of Usyk? Do you see Usyk as vulnerable?
Usyk, man, I feel like he's at his best right now. To be honest with you, he's different. He's different. He takes care of himself. He preps himself properly. He's a different guy, man.
Here's the other thing, Shady. Mike Tyson was a much bigger sensation in his day than Usyk is in his day.
Yes.
Mike Tyson was much more feared and considered a more unbeatable heavyweight champion. He was in his mid-20s when he got upset by Douglas. Usyk's nearly 40. He's never captured the imagination of the public. He doesn't look invincible. And yet, if you said who would win, Usyk at his best or Tyson at his best, Tyson ain't beating Usyk.
I don't think so.
I don't even think.
I'm always like very calculated. But yeah, when I connect, I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing. But now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited.
As fight night gets closer, the boxing world is completely split down the middle. But the noise around one idea is getting louder than anything else that this could end up being the biggest upset in boxing history if Rico Verhoeven manages to beat Oleksandr Usyk. On one side, experts who back Usyk are pointing to his elite footwork, ring IQ, defensive awareness, and his ability to dismantle bigger opponents without ever getting drawn into reckless exchanges. They believe Usyk is not just a heavyweight champion but a master technician who controls every second of the fight, and for them, Rico stepping into a boxing ring with him after limited professional experience is almost asking for a technical breakdown over 12 rounds. But on the other side, a growing group of analysts and former fighters are refusing to completely dismiss Rico Verhoeven, arguing that his size, explosive power, and championship mentality from kickboxing could create problems that Usyk has never faced before in a pure boxing scenario. They point to the unpredictability of crossover fights, where timing, pressure, and raw confidence can sometimes override experience, especially in the early rounds. Some even reference past shocks in combat sports where heavy underdogs turned the entire narrative upside down once the bell rang. That is why this fight is creating so much division, because it is not just about skill on paper anymore, it is about whether Rico can impose his physical presence before Usyk fully downloads his style inside the ring. Many experts still lean heavily toward a Usyk victory, predicting a late stoppage or a wide decision based on control and accumulation of damage, but even they admit there is a small but dangerous window where Rico could change everything with one clean moment. And that uncertainty is exactly what is fueling the hype, because fans are not just watching a fight anymore, they are watching a potential legacy shift in real time. If Usyk wins, it will reinforce